In this video, we're going to move through the different themes and challenges in the crime part of the syllabus. We'll start with discretion. To give you an example about just how important the themes and challenges are, I hadn't studied them at all coming up to my half-yearly, and then my half-yearly question was asking me to evaluate the role of discretion in the criminal justice system with specific reference to sentencing and punishment. I was completely caught off guard. Discretion is the ability to make a judgment in any given situation based on the facts in front of you. We see it in so many stages of the criminal justice system, starting with the police, for example. In exercising LEPRA, or the Law Enforcement Powers and Responsibilities Act, they have an element of discretion that allows them to be able to make decisions about arrest, about when to intervene, about who to question, and so forth. Moving all the way to the end of the criminal justice system, even though discretion is used throughout as well, we can see judicial discretion, where judges make an opinion or a judgment for the sentence based on the facts in front of them. Moving on to the next one, compliance and non-compliance. Even though you wouldn't use these words in your everyday life, they are ridiculously easy to use in a law essay. For example, the legal system exists because we want to promote compliance, people working with the law and working within the system. But at the same time, the legal system exists to punish or adequately deal with non-compliance, people not working within the bounds of the law. The next theme and challenge is the moral and ethical standards. This is really quite easy to use, and it's pretty self-explanatory. The law aims to reflect moral and ethical standards in order to get Australians to perceive them as being fair. In saying that, over time, morals and ethics change, which leads us into the next theme and challenge, law reform. Law reform happens because of new concepts of justice and because of developing technologies. So these two really go hand in hand. You can easily talk about law reform in any of your essays as well, because you're either saying the law should reform in order to be more fair in a certain aspect, or it previously has reformed and you're evaluating that reform. So that is why we have law reform, in order to reflect our changing morals and ethics in society. The next one is the rights of victims, offender, and society. Without going too much into this, because you naturally explore this anyway, what is really good in the legal system for a victim might not necessarily be as fair or as beneficial to an offender, for example. So you need to talk about the way the law really learns to balance them in different aspects of the criminal justice system. And finally, the legal and non-legal measures, which you don't have to deal with in isolation, you can work together. For example, how does the media, a non-legal measure, work to complement legislation, a legal measure? Thank you for listening.